I wanted to talk about a helpful visualization tool for law of attraction type stuff. And, a lot of people, this is debated a lot. The law of attraction, is it real? Can it work? And that's really if you're looking at it from a mechanistic point of view. Like, is there a mechanism that if you're holding a vibration, a positive vibration, will it actually change things in the physical world? Will it actually manifest things? But even if there isn't a mechanism that actually makes that happen, which I believe, when you study Hermeticism and stuff like that, there's a lot to it and I've seen it in my own life, synchronicities and things happening from visualizing and keeping a positive attitude. But even if there's no mechanism, I'm sure we can all agree that if you have a positive mental state, you're more likely to achieve certain things, and things are going to go smoother and go easier. But what I wanted to talk about is the reverse. Overcoming what's been called the negativity bias in humans. And this is something that comes from an evolutionary perspective, that our ancestors, first let's talk about what a negativity bias is. It means we're biased towards negativity, that even if stuff is going good, the mind has a tendency to be watching out, saying, what's the problem here? There's got to be a problem. Everything's going great and I'm feeling really good right now, but there must be a problem. There must be something that could go wrong. The mind's always watching out for it, and there was evolutionary advantageous for our ancestors to be that way. If back when things were really rough and really dangerous in the physical world, the organisms that were a little bit more watchful or hesitant, a little bit more worried about what was in their environment, which certain food items, mushrooms or whatever, might be poisonous, might be harmful, or this particular water or whatever could have pathogens in it. Personally, like, I'm a total hypochondriac. Like, I'm always worried about germs and things like this. That has evolutionary roots, I think. It's from ancestors that were extra careful, watching out for potential dangers, for potential things. But in the world today, that can be detrimental. There isn't so much to worry about, and there's not so much an advantage to it anymore. Yeah, you have to be aware of possible problems that can happen. You have to be aware of possible dangers. But after just a baseline level of that, it's not advantageous to have a negative mindset, to be worried. I think many people intuitively know that if you're worrying about something, you're going to tend to create it more. You're going to, what is the term? I can't remember what the term is. Self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're worried about certain things, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But other than that, it closes off your mind. It closes your mind to avenues and possibilities that are more likely to come out of a positive mindset, an open mindset. You have more creativity in a positive mind state. When you're optimistic, you can see more potentialities. You can see more options. You're open to creativity, creative solutions. So you have to really work on this. It's something that is in your blueprint, that negativity bias, that a lot of times especially with individuals, certain people, it can be uncomfortable to have a sustained state of positivity. When you're feeling good and everything seems to be going good, it can be uncomfortable to feel good for a long time. The brain starts to go, well, there's got to be a problem, there's got to be something wrong. Or even if you're flying high and you've achieved a lot of things, the brain will start, what if I lose it? What if I lose this stuff? You know, I'm feeling really good, but what if it goes away? What if something comes to make it go away? This is very deleterious. It can really mess up not just your enjoyment of life and your ability to experience enjoyment in the moment and appreciate the good things that are coming, but it's not a mental state for high performance. You don't want to be looking around every corner for something bad that could happen. It's going to clam you up. It's going to close you off. You're going to be more hesitant, less apt to take the risks that really need to be taken sometimes. Sometimes in life, to achieve what you want to achieve, you have to take risks. You have to be bold. You have to just go out there and do it. That is best done in a positive mental state, you know, and there's plenty of material out there on how to achieve that, but, you know, many people talk about just being grateful. Try to look in your environment for the things that you appreciate, the things that are already going good, and savor those, enjoy those, recognize those in the moment. That'll put you in that positive mental state. And also just visualizing you know, what these achievements that you would like to achieve, how good it's going to feel when you achieve them. Allow that to drive you. The world is what you make of it. And so, oh wow, something going on here. Fire truck. Oh, oops, that's unfortunate. You know, the ambulance at somebody's house. Bad things happen in the world, you know, but, you know, you'll find that, yeah, bad things happen to everybody. Every once in a while something will come along and it's traumatic, it's scary, it feels uncomfortable, it's bad. But if you notice, that's not happening all the time. Don't worry about that stuff until it gets there. And if you have that approach, when those things come, you'll be more effectively able to deal with it. You'll be able to deal with it objectively. And that's what emotions are for. That's what feelings are for, is to tell you, okay, now something really is wrong. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to return back to this positive state? And you're able to deal with it effectively. If you're walking around in a negative state all the time, even when bad stuff isn't happening, your performance is decreased immensely. So try that. Anything you can do to try to stay in a positive mental state and overcome negativity bias. See what happens. All right, bye.